it's neck and neck. So why is Singapore sort of seeming to get a bit of a lead right now?
Actually, yeah, Annabelle, it's really neck and neck among the two, close rivals in this part of the world. Singapore has taken a little bit of a march ahead, especially given that it has been more proactive with with the licensing speed to cryptocurrency exchanges and companies over here. We've seen that about 13 licenses were given out to companies in 2024 by Singapore, which is almost more than double. Actually, last year it was in 2023 it was 6, and so the pace of licensing has been increasing in 2024 by the Monetary Authority of Singapore. We have also seen a little bit of more progress in the blockchain initiatives by the MAS, the Monetary Authority of Singapore. Like, for example, there is a global layer 1, which is intersection of different banks and institutions to build, blockchains that will talk to each other. So that has been taken a little bit ahead as well in this year. Singapore has also come out with some of the consumer protection rules, tightening the rules. Of course, I have to add that Singapore is pretty cautious about cautioning its retail investors to not dabble in cryptocurrencies. It has banned public advertisements by cryptocurrency companies. So it has a very balanced approach. However, Hong Kong has been also making progress, to be sure about this, that they had come out with the exchange-traded funds for Bitcoin and Ethereum. We haven't seen a lot of uptick in the flows into those funds compared to maybe US, which is like we are seeing a lot of flows there, though in the last week it has been a little bit of an outflow. Overall, Hong Kong has been a little less in terms of the pace, it has been slower than Singapore in extending new licenses. We saw recently, last week itself, 4 new licenses were given to the crypto exchanges in Hong Kong. Still a little slower than Singapore. Over and over, it is, as you rightly said, a neck-to-neck, kind of a race. But we are seeing Hong Kong being a little more tighter tighter and conservative in terms of, actually letting companies start their businesses in Hong Kong, whereas in Singapore it has been slightly, I would say, more flexible.
Yeah, I mean, I think if you look at the list of who's deemed to be licensed in Hong Kong, there's at least a dozen that haven't got that sort of full conversion yet. But you mentioned that sort of consumer protection that we see in Singapore and Hong Kong, and these are both sort of stand out on a global stage for that. How do you think then about the race of these two Asian hubs, also maybe Tokyo or Seoul, versus the US, and who can actually become the most dominant player in this space?
A very, very interesting and good question, Annabelle. At a time when President-elect Donald Trump is we know is a big crypto supporter, and we are seeing a lot of interest in crypto in the US, which is the largest cryptocurrency market in the world. In that situation where next year we are going to see a lot of interest and regulation coming up in cryptocurrencies in US, Asia might be also getting a lot of interest, because especially that this part of the world has seen a large amount of crypto regulation, be it Japan, as you rightly said, Hong Kong, Singapore, even South Korea. A lot of other countries are coming up with their regulation. So when there is a regulation, there will be people gravitating to those countries just because they know that they will not be going into jail or witch hunted for doing something which is not permissible. So that leads to overall overall growth in the cryptocurrency markets in Asia as well, even if US is going to be seeing a surge going ahead in this next year.